Hello, welcome back. Day 20, follow sketch February. This is a card sketch which I'm turning into a scrapbook page. I have, because it's a big, like, this is probably like a 5x5 or yeah, something like 4.5 by 4.5. Can't remember what American dimensions are. Which would make this quite a small element in the middle of a card. So what I thought I'd do, I've done an 8x10 photo of Little O on the park with Grandrew. That's his granddad called Andrew. It's a Grandrew. And I am going to also, with this, I really need to find somewhere safe to put these spare blades when they're not in. Also with this, going to be using a CutFile, Paige Evans CutFile from the All Boy CutFile collection that she did. So yeah, new trimmer. Got the Tim Holtz tonic one because I'm fed up of my old one not cutting straight. So I thought I'd give this one a go. And so far I'm liking it. The only thing that's gone wrong with it is user error. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. I am currently regretting moving from a Pixel to Samsung, because on the Pixel got Google Photos free, which meant I could do all blur in the background if it wasn't taken in portrait mode on the camera, which I can't do on the S24. And if I go into Google Photos to do it, it's like, oh no, you need a subscription. So I've got to charge my Pixel to be able to use photos that way. And yeah, I didn't have the mood or the energy to do that today. So anyway, this is a photo, Little O. This is a merry-go-round, which if you're a bigger kid, you can reach the pedals, or if you're either of my two nieces, you can reach the pedals and pedal it. I actually got on this at one point as well. I am using Paige Taylor Evans. I'm mainly using Wonders, which is under all this somewhere, with a bit of Splendid because of the colour palette. I mean, anybody who has used Paige or many of the designers, American Crafts, etc., will know that a lot of the collections have similar colour palettes, so you can go back into between them, which is really handy. This is the CutFile. It is from, it said, the All Boy CutFile collection, and it's arrows. Now what I've done is I've left it on the mat because I'm going to do some mixed media, and I have taped over halfway so that, because I'm going to cut I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut the CutFile in half, but I'm leaving it on the mat to do the media to begin with, and I'm using one of my older mats, so it doesn't really matter if it bleeds through. So what I thought I'd do is one half of the CutFile is going to be this, pointing that way to the photo, and the other half of the CutFile, I'm going to use some of it down here to point that way, and I'm going to colour that in a different colour. So what I need to do is, looking at the papers I've pulled out, and oh, that's for the big circular element here at the back. I'm going to go look at the papers that I've pulled out. I'm going to find some distress coordinating colours and come back and ink up, messy up the background. Back shortly. Right, so I have my colours. We've got Squeezed Lemonade, Fossilised Amber, Carved Pumpkin, Spiced Marmalade, Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn, Broken China and Uncharted Mariner. They're not all going to be perfect, but I just wanted to have something that was similar and, you know, close enough. Now what I'm going to do is one half I'm going to do in the blues and the greens, and the other half I'm going to do in the yellows and the oranges. So we'll start with the blues and the greens. Now let me just, I'm going to slide these back, and as soon as I've got this media mat finally, after all these years of this being available, caved and bought one. So we'll do it rainbow. Start with the darkest blue, mid blue, darkest green, like green, I think. Alright, if we look at the order they go in, actually, in, if we look at rainbow order, we go Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn, Broken China, Uncharted Mariner. Yeah, so that's the order I was planning. So that looks right. Okay, so it's gonna, I mean, you can do this straight from there, but if I want to then add water and do some splatters or anything to the background when I come to putting the layout together, we are gonna want this palette for that. Start off where you want the ink to go so that you don't end up with big blobs. Like I said, I've done this on an older mat, so I'm not being too precious about whether it comes through the CutFile onto my mat. If you don't have an older mat, you know, just go for it, because at the end of the day, your mats and the ink are both okay with water, so you just get a baby wipe and clean it in the same way you normally would do if you are, actually I'm bringing that a bit further down, you know, if your mat's not very sticky anymore and you are bringing, you know, you're looking at trying to clean it, you would just use an alcohol-free baby wipe or a lint-free cloth with a spritz of water, and you can just do that to clean this ink up anyway. So if it does end up bleeding through onto the cutting mat, you just clean it. You can clean it, it'll be fine, I think, and I hope. So if it doesn't, you know, don't get too mad with me, because this is the first time I've done this. And I'm just hoping it works. Okay. So, yeah, don't, you know, you want it to overlap a bit because you want it to blend. And when you're blending, so where I'm going from the Uncharted Mariner to the Broken China, you're going to come back in with the Uncharted Mariner after putting the Broken China down over that blend line, and it'll blend it back through. Same with going from the Broken China to the Mowed Lawn. So now I've laid down the Mowed Lawn and blended it in the middle bit with the Broken China. You come back over again with the Broken China and blend it out a little bit more. Okay, and then we're going to lay down some Twisted Citron. Don't forget to go over your previous colour in the middle, and then over where it blends together, go back in with your previous colour. Blend it out. I want a little bit more of this on. Squeeze. Twisted Citron is a really nice bright green, but I couldn't get away when I go on the yellow side from using squeezed lemonade, because I just adore that. Okay, so that's my blues and my green side. I'm then going to lift up my tape, and I'm going back on the 6-inch mark, put my tape back down. I'm not going to waste this ink, I'm going to do some splatters on my background, so let's bring that in. I've just put a little bit more of the ink on. So this is the side the arrows in blue and green are going. I think I need a little bit more of this ink on. Because I'm not getting any splatters. And everything that over there behind the camera is getting splattered. This is actually the water that I've sprayed on here that I washed my paintbrush off in from the acrylic painting a previous video, so I really do need to clean this bottle out. Bit of broken china, bit of mowed lawn, and a bit of twisted citron. Okay, and then we need a new brush. This is all frayed. We're going to set that aside to dry, and we're going to clean this up, and then I'll be back with you to do the other half. Okay, so I've actually got some water for my brushes. I've cleaned the spray bottle up, and here we are with squeezed lemonade, fossilised amber, spice marmalade and carved pumpkin. We're going to start at this end with the carved pumpkin. So at the minute it looks like the orange is at the bottom, but because I'm going to be turning the cut file when I cut it in half, that's going to be top, but it's only going to come around here. I don't think this brush was wet enough. There we go. So we're going to some splatters. That was the, I don't know, I've got them mixed up now. One's carved pumpkin, the other's spice marmalade. I think I've mixed them up. It's fine. I think it looks alright. And you can tell the difference between the colours there. So that's not so bad. Okay, and then my favourite squeezed lemonade along the bottom. Right, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to let this dry, and then we shall get on to sorting the cut file out. Okay, time to sort this out. So I'm not going to get rid of that yet because I might use it for something else. Now this is really thick cardstock, so it may take a bit of a wiggle to get off. There we go, to separate it. Okay, just going to put the cut mat away. Okay, so we have a do as Helen says and not as Helen did moment. Get to know your machine. Okay, I knew, because I'm using a heavier cardstock than I normally use, so this is like a 350 GSM cardstock. It's a bit heavier than the Hey Little Magpie mixed media stuff I usually use. I think that's about 250, and it's heavier than foundations paper. I knew that my scan and cut would need 2 passes at this, but no, when my scan and cut says no, I can do that in 1 pass, I was like, oh, that's great, that saves me 3 minutes because it's only going to cut it once. Yeah, I've then had to go around, spend about 15 minutes. So instead of saving me 3, it's took me 5 times as long, and gone into each of the cuts with a craft knife to separate anything that hadn't separated properly with the big shot, with the scan and cut. So do as I say, not as I do. Learn your machine, and if you know something's a little bit too thick for your was going to say Robo then, but how old's that? Your Silhouette or your, what's the other one? Your Cricut, Cricut, your Scan and Cut, and you know that what it's, you know, at one single pass isn't going to be enough. Then you know your machine. Send it to cut it again. So you're not spending ages like I just have with a craft knife, which I'm rubbish with, going over each of the cuts your machine made on the first pass and separating your file out. Right, so this is the bit I was on about. This is why I've done it in 2 different colours. I'm now going to cut along the 6-inch spot where the 2 colours meet. So we have 2 pieces. This is going over here. This is coming over here. So there is going to be some cut off it. And we are going to do it flush to the edge, so it makes sense that, you know, we've got those end bits cut off. We're going to do this one flush to the edge as well. And then, where have I left the photo? And then the photo is coming here. And we might even put the photo over Grandrew. I think we're going to put the photo over Grandrew. So we are going to trim these off. Now, what I do also want to do, the reason I've pulled all those colours, papers out, just what I'm doing to trim this down is I'm following with my scissors on the edge of that cut file there, so I'm getting the same angle. I love cutting cut files up. I don't know if you remember that coffee pot and mug, coffee pot and cup that I ended up with just the cups for last August. Really enjoyed that one. Okay, gotta be careful here, I don't go too far. There we go. Okay, so we're going to have that one here. We are going to tuck that under there because we don't need that bit. No, it's coming too far. Okay. We'll have that there. Or maybe even put a solid arrow on that bit. That's the arrow out there. Might do that on a couple. What have I got here? Like that. Okay. And I wonder what beeping then. It's my Scan and Cut going to sleep. I'll have that there. I'm thinking now I should have cut this side of the cut file twice so it's the it's okay. This will be okay. I like that. I'll do something like that. Well, we've got one of them like that. Okay. So we're going to back some of these now with some of this pile of papers I pulled out. Not that one though, because that's going to be a big circle up at the top. Or a semicircle. I'm not quite sure yet. So, oh, got that caught. Let's do that. I am going to do, I like this dark blue. Cut files, how I do them, if I can find my pencil. I cut around the outside on the reverse of the cut file and the back of the piece of paper, and then I cut just inside that cut line. Usually with my precision scissors, so I'm not going over a bit that's probably going to show on the front of the cut file. I'm going to try and be basically any scraps kind of this tiny size is going to start going in the recycle bin. Which one was that? It was the top one, wasn't it? And then what I then do with my two-way glue is I go around the edge of the one I've just cut the piece for. And stick that over. These 6x8 smaller paper pads are brilliant for cut files because your pattern's smaller as well, so you get more of the pattern in your cut file shape than you would if you were using the 12x12. Oh, I'm not quite lining that one up quite right. So I use two-way glue as well, because if I actually let the blue go clear, it would have been a repositional sticker and that would have been easier to line up. So that's that blue. What other blue do we have in here? Okay, what I'm going to do is get this backed and come back. Right, welcome back. So, arrows are done. I've actually ended up backing an arrow more than I meant to. So we've got the blues and greens this way. And then I've got them up on foam, and then this one's up on 2 foam, still to be stuck down because there's still other bits for the background that need doing. And then over here I've got my yellows and oranges. I put them two the wrong way around, silly me. I'm actually going to swap them too. So that's on 2 foam, that's on a foam pad higher than this. And then this is going to be the same height. So yeah, liking that. I just need the big element up here, and probably do a journaling box down here on vellum and figure out a title. Right, I'm going to get a circle cut and then we'll go from there. I'm probably going to use the circle cutter I've had for a while from We Are Memory Keepers. Now, this is 6x6, so I need it to be on the 6-inch line, which is this one. So I'm going to try and remember that that's that one. Is that right? Yeah. Just from me placing the paper. Oh no, that's 1, 2, 20 out. Yeah. And then pop it round here a bit, and that's there. So that's a 6-inch line. Going to make sure that this is between that one there and that one there, and we're going to go over that one a bit, and we're going to try and we'll probably do these two here, and it's got the 2 holes for holding it. So yeah, probably going to do it there, and then we're going to use this washi off where the line, the 6-inch line is, and we've also got the spots in the bottom that holds it down. Okay, let's give this a spin. There we go. There's the circle. And just reuse that washing next time. Turns out we didn't need it all. I might use half of it down here then. Let's cut half of that off. I'll cut this bit here off the bottom of the arrows because I didn't need it. Oh, and I had a whole trauma. Not really trauma. I put the pencil down when I was drawing around the cut files. No idea where I put it down. Had to go and find another pencil. So we're going to have that one there. Put that one there. And I'll bring that down a little bit like that. But we need a title. I would definitely do smiles all around because it's on a roundabout. Right, let's have a look at the letters. Now, Splendid, I think it's Splendid, has got this great like mini alphabet. So I think we'll use that mixed with this Wonders one. So I do smiles in this and then all around in this smaller one. I'm not sure where on the page that's going to go. Let's have a look at a bit of the release paper from doing the 3D foam off the back of there and using that to position the letters. There we go, right, and trying, because it's not just that, it's keeping with the colours that I've used for the background too, isn't it? So we're going to do the blues and the greens and the yellows and orange. I need an eye, which is in that lighter blue. Then comes the swapping out letters because the colour for the letter you want is already used. I really wanted an E. I've got an E in yellow, I haven't, have I? I've got an E in green though. Got an E in green. What have I got in yellow in any of these letters I'm using? I haven't. So we've got smiles. Now do we put it on the arrows? No, I had another idea for it on some of them arrows. So smiles, and then we're going to have all around in the multicolour or the gold. I think we'll go with the multicolour. Okay, so A, we have a yellow. A. Smiles all around. I like the all around because it's a roundabout that he's on. Well, we could do it so it's coming off the top. I just don't, I need it so that the sticky isn't touching the photo. Smiles all around. Then we have journaling block down here. I'm going to do that on vellum. I'm probably going to type that and do it in vellum. Let me grab some vellum. I am going to have to like cut that box. Again, I'm going to have to print it on a piece of vellum through my printer and cut it down to that size to go there. Right, let me get everything stuck down and then come back and finish this off. A couple of minutes, be right back. Okay, so I've stuck everything down. I've started embellishing. I got a little carried away. So from these stickers, I've added 3 of these. That's not quite straight. Let me straighten that up. And then I've got 3 of these word or sentiment banners. So I've added them. I was just having a look for anything else. I've already used the yellow and green, and so there's just the 2 blues. So I'm not going to use them. And there's not really anything left in the colours of them. Pink one of them, but there's not another yellow or orange one, so we're done with them. I've got a yellow heart and a blue heart. What other hearts have we got left? I've only really got the gold ones left. So the only gold on here is this background paper in this title, so maybe I use some of these gold hearts. just spot them around. Maybe let's have them under these, tucked under some of these words. So like that. And then what we'll probably do is have one to cover a spot of glue there. And that gives us that triangle with them. And then got that along the bottom of the journaling block. I'm probably gonna write on this with my micron pen now, because I am starting to, like, you know, embellish it and put stuff on it. So we are going to need something. This is a slightly bigger heart. So I'll need something that isn't going to rub off, and these micron pens are like water fast, so I'm thinking that they might, I mean, they might need leaving for a day or two, but they might be all right on vellum. Let's have a look at this. So yeah, that's actually dry straight away. So I'll use my so it's Uni Pin fine liner. These are the ones that I bought when I was on holiday in Cornwall and wanted to do some scrapbooking, and I haven't brought pens with me. So this being here now means I've got a bit that I can put some adhesive on to the photo. So always put your adhesive for vellum. Find somewhere where it's going to be hidden, and it'll really help you not lose it. I think that's it from that sheet. Let's have a look. I think that I'm actually all good with how this is. I might find a label to add the date, so maybe do a label here and move that heart again. Let's find a label for the date. There were some label stickers in here, wasn't there? So it's that pale blue one, and we are on the blue and green side. So let's do this. We are going to lift that up again. Yeah, I'll add another layer to this. I like that, you know, I like layers. And then let's lift this back up again a second. Put that back under there. So we've got my 3 hearts. I think we're going to call that done. I'm really happy with that. I need to write the journaling on there, pop the date on there from when this was. And yeah, loving that. There is an accompanying page to go with this, which is me and my nieces on here with him. But I need to get a still from the video my brother-in-law took for that, because the pictures I took just got my 2 nieces with O, and I need to do a still from the video Grandrew took, so that I'm on it as well. There we go. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, say hi in the comments, let me know what you enjoyed about the video, and if you're not sure what to say, scrappy emoji for the sake of engagement. Have a great day. Bye bye.